Pittsburgh Sports Line at Sips Sports Bar. We're glad to have you watching the show. We got a lot of great fans here. I got some Post-Gazette buddies that are here. We got E, we got Chief, we got Hazzy, we got Gary. Then there's a few guys that didn't show up. I don't know what happened to them. We got a guy who lives about 4 blocks away named Bradkowski. Maybe he'll show up. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, and Chip's right there with us, Chip Hayner. This is our show. We got some great guests coming up here from all walks of life in the sports world, and we just can't wait to get started. Now, our first segment, we talk about what's on our mind. What's on your mind, Chip?
Thanks, Alan, and good evening, everybody. And what's on my mind tonight? Well, I think, you know what, as far as international relations are concerned, I think the United States government got an eye-opener this weekend. I think Barack Obama needs to fire John Kerry. Dennis Rodman needs to be taking care of our international relations. He's the first American to sit down and have a talk with Kim Jong-un, the imperial leader of North Korea, and he sat there and
was he wearing
enjoyed
a dress?
Basketball games with him over the weekend, sipping champagne, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous that he would even earn time on a Sunday morning news program. Come on, this guy was a great basketball player. Don't take anything away from him. 5-time NBA champion, one of the best rebounders to ever play the game. But the guy is a stone-cold alcoholic, and he's going over and talking to an international leader who's threatening the United States with nuclear-tipped weapons and thinking that he's got the solutions to all the problems there. I think this is even laughable at best. But, you know, the fact that he was interviewed by George Stephanopoulos yesterday and said that he wanted to relay a message to the president that he wants Barack Obama to call him. What a bunch of crap. I think for this to become news, it must really be a slow day, but that's what's on my mind.
Wow, Chip, that's one of the most interesting what's on your minds that you've ever put out. So we'll just go from there. Now, Smoking Jim, what's on your mind?
I always wanted to be the mayor. And I love cherry slushies, so I know I can oversee the slush fund. Hey, listen, I want to acknowledge a couple people that are here. My main man is in the audience, Michael Anthony. And I tell you what, this guy raises a lot of money every year for our service veterans. So give Michael Anthony a big hand.
When's he coming on? Oh, he's third in the lineup. Okay.
Also, we're lucky to have her. The beautiful Alicia is here. Alicia is Pittsburgh's fastest rising star. And I tell you what, she just got it. Beyonce got it. Halle Berry has it. Alicia has it. Not only is she beautiful, but you can tell that she was raised by great parents. She's a hard worker, and real soon she's going to put Pittsburgh on the map. Give Alicia a hand. Bruce Arians must be the greatest talent evaluator on the planet because he cut that bum William Gay, and the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up that garbage. William Gay is short and makes up for it by being slow. Pittsburgh Steeler number 35, Josh Victorian, I call him Thong because he provides very little coverage. I call William Gay the rabbit because the rabbit is the only animal afraid of his own shadow. Listen, William Gay wouldn't hit nobody. William Gay wouldn't hit a blind Jeffrey Dahmer sprinkling hot sauce on his girlfriend in the middle of the Million Man March. Listen, Pittsburgh Steelers just put Joe Flacco in the Hall of Fame because he's going to pass for 500 yards on William Gay.
Tough act to follow, Al.
I can't even hear right now, folks. That was one of the best what's on your mind for what he covered. And I hate to disagree with Smoking Jim, but I'll tell him another animal that's afraid of their shadow. It's not the groundhog, and he was wrong. But I used to own horses at the Meadows, and if you ever see a shadow roll and blinders on a horse, if they see a shadow, my man, they jump it. All right? But other than that, that was a great what's on your mind. Now, what's on my mind is Bethel Park High School girls. First time ever, since this is our home channel, they won the championship, the WPIAL Championship. Coach Burke, shout out to her. We'd love to have you guys on the show when you find out about us. We'll try to contact you and maybe get you to come out here with your whole team, talk about the superstars that were there. Smoking Jim was there watching, interviewing, and whatever he does on a basketball court, you got to see him in action. Then he was doing boxing that night, but that's another story. Now, another thing, another shout out to friends of ours. What's on my mind is Robert Morris University. Look at their basketball, look at their hockey. They're doing a great job. We got to get Marty Galosi, another friend of ours for the show, get him to come out. We have a lot of great things there. And now I do a couple infomercials. We got our unicycle in July with Dr. Trina Hess. Now you got to go online, North America Unicycling Convention and Competition up in Butler. Don't forget about being on a unicycle. Smoking Jim may try it without a helmet. Speaking of Smoking Jim and I are going to be at Bethel Park High School on the 8th, this Friday. Don't forget that. I've been telling you for about 3 weeks. I forgot. And now you can still get tickets at Evie's, Eaton Park, and at the police station right where we do our show on Tuesday night. And it starts at, what, 7:30? You got to be there. 8 o'clock. Well, I like you to be early because we're going to do interviews. And then we have a surprise guest host, as I've told you before. Chip Hayner is going to be there. Right now, a shout out to Stephanie. We hope she feels better. And then we heard one of our guests, India's in the house. She's going to show up. So we'll have to find out where we get all these other guest hosts here. But we'll figure that one out. Now, that's all I have for the infomercials. We want to thank Sips Sports Bar for having us. We heard half of the ownership's under the weather with stomach flu and everything. The bartender is just healed up from being sick all week. Come on down for drinks here. Tracy pours the best drink. Just ask Chief, one of our biggest fans. And I want to give a shout out to one of our new biggest fans, Gary. He's been critiquing our show since the beginning. He's right there in Bethel Park. He'll see me and he beeps the horn and says, "Al, great show." Now he shook my hand, so my ego's a little off the charts right now. But our first guest is going to be, take a guess, Zach Brenner is back.
Welcome back, Zach.
Zach, come on and join us. Hey, I still got your towel. Appreciate it, buddy. Welcome to the show. Hey, what do you have there? Hold on a second. Oh, man, I don't know if it's my size. I'm looking for more gear. I'm not working out, though.
Zach, pleasure to have you back, buddy.
Zach is back. And if you want to check Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, you got to like us. Just don't friend us. Don't like all the pictures, but hit that big like button up there. That's how we know Zach's back. Over 900 people check that post out with Zach being back. Wow. All right, so we got a lot of great energy out there, and we better get this guy on it here. All right, let's talk. Where'd we leave off?
Last week?
Yeah.
Where didn't we leave off last week?
Well, then we're going to start at boxing right off the bat. I'm not going to pull any punches. We'll just go.
For starters, the champ Rod Soka wanted to tell everybody, he wanted to say hello to everybody. We have a little bit of an announcement to make. April 13th, the date and the card has yet to be officially announced, but we got Jason Bergman coming back into the ring with co-headlining with Stevie Upshaw Chambers, Eddie Chambers' little brother. So it's either going to be at the Palisades or down at the 31st Street Studios down in the Street District.
Oh, okay.
So that's where we're going next. So.
Sounds great. So we got coming attractions. Look,
just
Chip
to
in
speak,
there.
I mean, there is a champion in Elizabeth Forward. It's Lightning Rod Salka. He is a world champion. Unfortunately, the basketball team fell a little short on Saturday, but that's okay. They're still Elizabeth Forward, the home of champions. Huh?
Just a little bit short. That's okay.
I always thought Elizabeth Forward was an all-girls school.
Ah, come on. Wait till Rod comes back. Rod, you're welcome back anytime. When you watch the video to see your man Zach, you know you're welcome here whenever you want to come on the show. Just give me a call.
So aside from that,
what else do you have?
Chip.
What a way to start off the show. Opening segment, Chip. I completely didn't see that coming. You know who the president of North Korea is, Chip.
What's his name again? What's his name again?
That's all
Kim Jong-un.
you need.
Kim Jong-un,
Pittsburgh
because,
Sports Line.
but here, I'll even give you one. Do you know who the president was before Kim Jong-un?
Kim Jong-il.
Because of WDVE. If you listen to DVE, you hear that. Right? See, I'm a setup man.
Allie, keep on loving me, them softballs.
I am.
I'll keep hitting them out of the
They're
park.
beach balls, but that's okay. Let's get back to Zach and some sports. We covered some of your boxing. What's coming up right now with boxing?
Well, what's coming up with boxing right now, like we said, Rayco and Fast Freddie Latham are out there, you know, mining out in Indianapolis. Ross Solka.
Did you say mining? Okay.
Hey, fighting, mining.
Brenner Contracting. Oh, sorry. Wait.
So we got them going out in Indianapolis. And we got World Class Boxing, Team Solka. Hey, I want to send a shout out to Team Vasquez, Sammy Vasquez. He won a big fight this weekend in Nevada.
Tell me about the knockout. You probably heard about it before.
Sammy's
I
a
did.
friend of the show. Good,
Sammy's
congratulations.
a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Great
He's been
people.
on the show a
Great
couple
people.
times.
Great people.
And his dad's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best promoter there. He's awesome. I'm glad they're teaming up with you.
Yeah, well, that's great. We've been together, you know, their whole time in Pittsburgh, you know, but he's kind of traveled out west. He's got a girlfriend and kids
Colorado,
out
he
in Colorado.
said.
So, but Sammy's coming back to the Berg for his next fight. So I'll be happy to announce that as soon as we get the details on when we get
Did he
Team
come-
Vasquez back.
Did he
Sounds
come into
great.
the ring in the Hummer?
He's come to the ring in a Hummer, on a Zamboni, anyway, you know, any number of ways.
I love it.
He's a great
Congratulations to Sammy and his family. Good
Sam
job.
Broad, just great guys, real humble guys, you know.
And that's what we like to hear about, and that's what we promote here. There's a lot of negative things out there. I know you guys got a lot of issues and just things in the neighborhoods. Look at the mayor, look at the city, look at all the, I don't know, what's this fiscal cliff, and you got all this sequester stuff that we don't even understand, but we're just trying to plug away on sports here.
We are.
Now, we covered boxing. What else do you do with sports? What other sports do you have? You train guys too? You help train?
We have Elite Gloves Fitness, and it's located out of South Park Boxing Gym. And basically what that is, it's just like kickboxing, cardio, you know, all with boxing pretty much. So if you want to train, I mean, we have a card right here.
Just happen to have this. Frank, I don't know if you can catch that. You taught me last Tuesday night to just hold that out there
Yeah,
for
give
you.
him a chance to zoom in.
How we doing on that? You can keep talking, Zach.
That's basically, so that's Elite Gloves. So no, we can train you, we can promote you, we can get you out there. Like if you want to fight, you know, you come see me. I regret that I didn't get to see the Golden Gloves this upcoming weekend. Normally that's something I don't miss, but I was tied up. You know, it was my little sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Corinne.
It's all
That's
good.
good. Hey, and a shout out to your mother, Lori, for reaching out to us and liking our page.
Lois,
I'm sorry, Lois. Sorry about that. Hey, we missed the goal. I missed the Golden Gloves too. I was supposed to be a co-host with Smokin' Jim. We had a couple issues. I couldn't make it. And then he told me don't worry about it because he had a lot of stuff going on.
Was you there?
Yes, sir.
He made it.
So anything you took away from it?
You know what? It's just the tournament is one and done. Outstanding fighters came through. There were some outstanding guys come through from Butler Cubs. They're real good. Braddock got a gym now. Braddock had 3 fighters that went 3-0 in this past preliminary tournament. So
Wow.
It was a great night. And of course, anytime you get to see Jimmy Savetic, it's always for the kids. So that's great.
Yeah, Jimmy's a great guy. He's all for, you know, the amateur boxing in Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania. Western Pennsylvania State Athlete?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you know your stuff. And hey, we're not supposed to talk about the Penguins here because they're playing, but they are winning 1-0. What's your thoughts on the Penguins? You got Malkin come back. We got Geno's back in the game.
Who's in goal? I believe it's number 29. Marc-Andre Fleury,
What am I?
the franchise goaltender, the all-time leading goaltender, probably aside from
There's
Tom Brasso.
Gino right now. They just showed Gino there. Oh, don't
Gino's
look
back.
at that. Pay
Gino's
attention
back.
to the
Gino's
camera in the
back.
show here. We got a show to go on here.
Gino's back. That is right. Malkin is back. Welcome back, Gino. Hopefully he gets something done. It's kind of hard. There's so many TVs here at Sip Sports Bar to look at. It's, you know, got to pay attention here to the camera.
What do you think? They should come down here and Sip Sports Bar, get the meatball hoagie special. You got great fries, great meatball. Even Michael Anthony's not choking on that meatball because he'll be up here shortly.
Hopefully
Come
so.
down and get an autograph from Alicia.
So,
All right, let's cover some Pitt basketball. We were talking about that the other day. They had a great senior
big
day.
win yesterday. Big win yesterday.
Big win.
big win.
Without the guy I was hoping they'd feed the ball to. He sprained his ankle.
He sprained
Steve
his ankle
Adams was out.
in warm-ups. He sprained his ankle. He got injured in warm-ups.
Well, you know what that was? He was a setup for helping Taylor on his senior day. You know, I don't believe that all sports are fixed totally, but it sure was a nice way for Dante Taylor to go out.
Legitimately, Adams was legitimately hurt, and Dante Taylor literally had no chance. No chance. I mean, no
Hold
choice.
it. That's
but
my
to step up.
opinion. That's my opinion
no
here.
choice but to step up.
Didn't he get the last 2 points?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he had
Legitimately.
Legitimately.
he had a slam dunk to ice the game away, but the real story of the game was Talib Zana.
Yes.
He had an amazing game. He scored 7 points in overtime, but
And
he
how many
poured out
rebounds?
19 rebounds. Okay, now
You
that
know
was
who
the
that's
difference.
like? Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
He didn't dress like him, though.
Speak on Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman
Sorry,
wanted to
Jeff.
also relay a message to President Obama. He said, we have common differences. Obama likes basketball, and apparently, what's his name?
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un also likes basketball. So maybe they two could get together and play some basketball.
I'm telling you, man, you know what?
Something more in Washington.
They just ought to make Dennis the next Secretary of State.
And these
Solve
views
all
on
of our
politics are
international
not part
problems.
of the station, just so you know, and it's all meant in good sense, good humor, and whatever else. That's a disclaimer. On top of the first disclaimer.
On top of the next disclaimer.
Whoa, not yet. though.
What else we got, gentlemen? Anything else?
Well, you know all sports, so I got to keep hitting all the sports there.
Well, I would also like to, we're congratulating people from the Palumbo Center. Let's give a shout out to the Clareton Bears boys basketball team, because nobody
They
thought they
hate
were
him
going to
there.
get as far
Clareton
as he was
hates
going to
him.
get. No.
Yeah, they hate
all,
him.
all Smoking Jim needs is me. We're good in Clareton. We're good anywhere. We're good anywhere.
Yeah, but he's not good because of what he says.
Well, you know, we want to give a little shout out to the Whipfield champions. You look
Yeah.
something, the Newcastle Red Hurricane. They did something that's never been done before. 2 times, back-to-back Whipfield champions, undefeated. Now they did lose in the first round of the PIAA playoffs last year, and you know, I'm looking to see if they can get a little further. Some really strong teams coming out of.
Before you go overboard, Newcastle, who ducked Gateway for 2 years when Gateway was back-to-back WPIL champs, but they can't duck them no more. They play them in the first round of the PIAAs, and Gateway will get their revenge.
Yeah, why do they need revenge? Because they got dusted the last time they played.
Just so you know, folks, if you haven't watched, Smoking Jim has some.
Gateway just recruited a kid 2 weeks ago from North Korea. He's a great outside shooter.
Yeah, and his
Who's his
8th
daddy?
birthday is on Saturday.
Who's his daddy there?
His 8th
Kim
birthday is
Jong-un.
on Saturday. They're starting young. He's a resident.
He's on.
He's a resident.
No,
And what's that apartment complex that's located there?
We don't mind recruiting, bro.
Gateway has since stopped recruiting since Coach Smith has gone to Temple.
They want a little hiatus right now. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes. They're going back to fundamental things.
Well, you have to do that. Well, we got a lot of guests going on, Zach, and I know you put a long day in.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I mean,
sir.
I see those bags under your eyes. They're worse than mine, and I'm double your age, brother. But you know what? I got to give a shout out to this Brenner Contracting. And that T-shirt that you gave me, I've been wearing it all over the neighborhood, and a friend of mine wants to do business with you. So
All right.
get out of here.
That's what's up,
All
Zach.
right.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Zach.
Our next guest is going to be
Should we
Michael
play Hail to the
Anthony.
Chief?
Yeah, he only needed to take one step. Michael Anthony with he has a great organization called Steelerettes, and he's a proud guy to be on the show. I've heard a lot about you, Mike.
Alan, thanks for having me.
Nice to have you on the show. And what's the Steelerette thing? Because there are no cheerleaders for the Steelers, and that Steely McBean, I don't really like that as a cheerleader, okay?
Well, interesting fact, the Steelers were actually the first team in the NFL to have cheerleaders.
Wow.
Okay.
1950 to 1960, we had Steelerettes.
Wow.
And
Didn't win a game.
1960, yeah, they disbanded, and the Steelers have definitely made it a point. They don't plan on bringing cheerleaders back, so we are the unofficial cheerleaders for the Steel City.
Congratulations. That sounds good. And that's one of the reasons you're here. And who's the one Steelerette that you brought here? Because we'll have her on in a few minutes.
Well, we brought Alicia. And she's been a Steelerette. This is her second season.
Okay.
She, as part of the Steelerettes, we've done the ring card girl for the Golden Glove tournament. And we're actually looking forward to this coming Friday and participating at the Steelers charity basketball game.
Oh, we're going to have to work out the details on that because we're not sure what we can do there. We'll get some information from Bethel Park so we can do that.
That'd be great.
And where do you go with the Steelerettes? What's your
first-
calendar or what's your schedule?
We really don't start casting until June, gearing up for training camp. But the first year, we actually would go down to the tailgate, and the girls would do stunts in the parking lot and entertain the fans.
Did you say stunts?
Stunts, basket tosses.
Well, hold it a second. I'm confused. Aren't these cheerleaders?
Yes,
Okay, so they do stunts and they do cheerleading.
competitive
And-
cheerleading is basically gymnastics and tumbling.
Okay.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Here, I thought it was that one movie I watched where they compete, and I forget who the stars were, and they were upset because somebody cheated. Well, whatever. That's another story. So you're beyond that. Now, how many games do they go to?
most of the home games,
When you say most, all or none?
well, depending on the time, if it's a
Okay.
night game or if it's an early day game, depends on the
So they
girls'
have
schedules as well.
curfews.
Yes.
The girls have curfews on when they can go see the game.
Curfews and chaperones.
Okay. And who's the chaperone?
Alicia's dad.
You know what? It's getting so deep in here that these mics might go on fire here, Mike. And Mike told me earlier that he's sarcastic, and
Just a little.
as guys that know me, I'm very sarcastic too, so I only believe about half of what he's saying here, folks, and we'll go from there. And do you know anything about sports? Not that you're wearing... What year did the Penguins start their franchise? This is the top question.
67?
All right.
He wasn't really sure.
I had to check my name tag.
And that's what he knows about sports, folks. And we're going to get him off of here. He said he
Before he
didn't want to
goes,
do... Okay.
He was a competitive golfer in high school. Great golfer. Got a great
You know,
golf game.
You told me that. He told me he doesn't know sports. I believe you. And we'll talk about golf another time when he wants to come back and talk Steelerettes. So, Mike, it's
Great
been
job,
a pleasure.
Mike.
Thank you. Alicia, thanks for coming on our show. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me. I appreciate
What
it.
do you mean? This was all last second, I heard. They just come and got you?
bit, yeah.
Okay. And then Mike said you got to go talk sports with three guys.
Yeah, he did. He threw me under the bus a little bit on that one.
Are you a sports fan of any team?
I love the Steelers. I
What
love
a
the
guess.
Steelers. Yeah, I mean, come on now.
I'm not the brightest bulb here, but I'm trying to figure that out. And so this is your second season with being a Steelerette?
Yeah. Yeah, I started 2 seasons ago. It's a lot of fun. I mean, that's all it's about, really. Any organization that Mike does, it's all about fun and then raising money when he does the Patriot Girls stuff and everything like that. So,
Well, he told me not to mention Patriot Girls, but I'm glad you did. And now, how do you get a hold of Mike? Because he's so shy, we didn't even ask about phone numbers or websites or anything like that. So how did you find out about Steelerettes, except with his sparkling personality?
well, actually, I was a Patriot Girl first. So I was.
What
part of-
month?
I actually actually wasn't in the calendar this year. So.
Sorry.
It's okay. Sore subject, Al.
In another life, I was known as a controversial guy, but as Al Levine, the talking machine, I try not to be controversial. So sorry to put you on the spot.
You're fine. It's okay.
That's a sarcasm. So how did you get a hold of the Patriot Girls?
Well, actually, I'm a freelance model anyways, so one of my photographers was a staff photographer for Patriot Girls.
Sure.
So he got me into contact with Mike. We have a website, it's called patriotgirls.com.
Okay.
So
can you repeat that, because some of us are hard of hearing?
Sure. It's patriotgirls.com.
Thank you.
And it has like a breakdown of all the girls in all the states that we have. Every girl has their own profile and everything like that too.
Now, should we tell all our guys that are sports fans to go check that Patriots.com
Of course, yeah, of course.
out there? Patriotgirls.com.
Yes, patriotgirls.com.
Well, we'll have to have them do that.
And I tell you what, everybody knows, and Alicia knows that I'm her biggest fan. And I'm not just saying that because she's sitting
here.
up here. I mean, if anybody deserves to make it, if she, put it this way, if she's not nationally recognized by the end of this year, it ought to be an investigation. And I've never seen in my life anybody more photogenic than Alicia. She's awesome.
Thank you.
She's awesome.
I guess you're going to be allowed to come back on Pittsburgh Sportsline
I
again.
hope so. You guys had a lot of fun.
Well, you're still on probation here with the interview, just so you know. I got the final say, but anybody that takes pictures here, anybody on our Pittsburgh Sportsline show, post them to our fan page, Pittsburgh Sportsline, and hit that big button again and like us, because we're up to 117. That's where we're at right now in a couple weeks. And we got pictures here. You got to send that
Digital
digitally.
photography.
Now, do you watch Steeler games when they're out of town?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you are a true Steeler fan.
Of course I am.
Okay, well, I'm just checking here because I drink the Kool-Aid for Steelers, and I'm a big fan of the Steelers. I don't like when they go 8-8. I don't like when they bring back Gay. I don't like when they're going to sign Foot. And I don't like a lot of those things with players coming back and how the coaching and all this disarray is out there. What are your thoughts on losing some of these players?
You know, I mean, it's unfortunate, and I mean, I'm not happy either, but I have to support the team, though. I have to.
Me too. Okay, well, we respect that.
Even though they may make some decisions that make us scratch our heads, their system has worked. Look at the track record and everything. But I would like to see them make a little bit of a better effort to keep a couple of our free agents. And
Yeah.
I really hope Keenan Lewis doesn't go away, because I think who we just signed today is not an adequate replacement for him.
That makes sense to me here, Chip, no doubt. Hey, getting back to your Steelerettes, you got to be in shape. I don't mean just look nice and beautiful, but you got to work out.
Definitely, yes.
So when are these tryouts for the other girls going to start?
June, in the beginning of June, so that way we're ready for Steeler training camp up at St. Vincent. So.
Okay, and then how do you train? Do you weight lift? Do you run? Do you do Pilates? Do you do nothing?
Well, no.
Just eat right?
Yeah, that's a big thing, is the eating right. But
Cut the carbs?
No, actually,
Eat more carbs?
no, don't do that. No, I mean, I keep my diet basically the same. You just have to stay active every day. Do crunches, do treadmill, things like that. It's not nothing you have to be crazy with, but all the
So you
girls are
put some hard work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I eat a lot of chicken.
Chicken. Chicken's good for you.
And then we're cutting the fries out for Lent right now, because we normally have fries and we eat them right on stage here. But we decided in honor of you we wouldn't eat fries and do carbo loading. So
Oh, okay. I
just so you
appreciate
know,
that. Yeah.
we're kind guys like that. So, and then how many girls actually try out?
Well, when I auditioned, there was probably about 15 to 20 girls, and then
What's it cut down to? What's the final cut?
we have 7 as of now.
7 Steelerettes.
Or that's what we had my first season. This year we have I think we have 4 or 5. So there should be 4 or 5 of us you'll see around.
Okay, well I can't wait to see you around. I appreciate you being on the show. We thank you.
No problem.
And you got an open invite to come back again.
Thank
Anytime
you
you'd
so much.
like.
And don't bring Mike.
Okay.
This
Please.
is the happiest day of my life interviewing Alicia.
Thank you.
You have a nice night. Thank you. And now our next guest She's been on the show before. She's been on our Tuesday night show. She's learning the boxing game from an expert, Smoking Jim Frazier. So we welcome world-renowned India.
I call her lips, hips, and fingertips.
Welcome to the show, India.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Welcome back, India.
What sport are you following right now? Anything?
Not really.
Okay, just check.
The Steelers season's over right
Okay,
now.
I know
so
you're a
there's-
big fan of the
yeah.
Steelers.
Yeah.
What about basketball, Pitt basketball? They got some cute guys on the team, in case you didn't notice. Okay, you didn't notice. All right.
I don't pay attention to basketball like that anymore.
Just football's your thing. And the boxing game. You
Yes,
want to learn
and
the
boxing.
boxing.
And boxing.
Definitely.
And boxing. My friend Jarrell actually is a trainer at
Where
the
at?
boxing gym on 51.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, he fought Friday. Saturday. Yeah, he did good.
Did he?
Jarrell? Oh, I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to definitely.
Where's your phone at? You better give him a little text. I'm glad you left it up there. Hey, I got a question. How was the food here tonight at Sip Sports Bar?
It was delicious. It was gone in like 2.3 minutes. So
Well, I know you're a
Very good.
connoisseur and you enjoy food because I've been with India at boxing matches and other things, and you'd never know it, but she does like to eat. And she likes to eat even better when she's running around with Smoking Jim Frazier.
Hey,
I've
Jim,
noticed that too. I see a common denominator here.
Hey, Jim, with Alan in India, how do you ever get any fries?
Oops, he got me on that one. I'm with you on that.
It's
Way
all right, it's all right.
to
I
go. We got
left
that. So with boxing, I saw you at the one boxing match sort of learning from Smoking Jim in China that night.
yes.
So what are the tips that you'd want to tell people that want to be ringside announcers?
It could get very loud and noisy, so if you are very sensitive to noise, don't do it.
And are you sensitive to noise?
No.
Okay, just
No.
checking
I have
there.
16 brothers, far from sensitive to noise.
16 brothers and no sisters.
I have 8 sisters.
I know once before you told me like 24.
Yes, they're
I'm not gonna ask you to name them like Matt Damon did in the
biologically.
movie. Okay? Because he made those brothers and sisters up, and I don't want to put you on the spot. But you did say 24.
Yes, biologically, I am one out of 24 kids. There are 16 boys and 8 girls.
Wow.
5 sets of twins, 3 sets of triplets.
Did you
And the
say
rest is
3
all-
sets of triplets?
5 sets of twins, 3 sets of triplets. The rest is all single kids.
Now, do any of them play sports?
My little brother.
What's his name?
Unfortunately, he had passed away. He was
my.
he used to go to Imani actually.
No way.
He went to Imani and he played football. His name was Emery Lombardo.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't mean to bring that up.
It's
Well,
okay.
don't say too much because you know I'm in the process of writing India's book, so
That's true.
it's going to be a
That's true.
bestseller.
Well, you guys keep talking about it. I gave you the name of a guy that lives near me.
My phone is-
I'm not going to mention his name, but he wanted to know what was going on, and I figured I'd have silence too. So
I've had a few issues with my phone, but it's back in commission, so I'm about to be back on the grind.
okay.
Back on the
Well,
grind.
then we'll look forward to that. No doubt. That book that's Smoking Jim's. He is a Golden Quill award-winning writer, and he's an editor.
Sports writer
I actually just
extraordinaire.
helped give him some advice on a recent book.
You did.
Yes.
You gave him advice on the book.
Yes.
You know what? We'll have to save this for another day because between Mike Anthony and his stories, I mean, I need boots up here. It's getting so deep. But- So any of your other brothers or sisters play sports? Did you play sports? Because you got some height.
Actually, I did. I've done gymnastics. I've done karate. I've done ballet, jazz.
You sound like a Steeler head.
swim-
Mike Anthony,
swim
we have
team,
somebody
horseback riding. I've done it. I've actually played football too.
with guys
Yes.
and
On her
equipment.
Yes. Yes.
You know what? This is too unbelievable. India, you're welcome back again too, of course. All right.
good.
Thanks for being on our show.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Now our last guest he has a Facebook page called Sports Nation. He blogs.
Yes.
This guy is just prolific in the sports world. He does updates on his Facebook. He was sending me text messages during a game when we had all these overtime games, and he's just a great guy. Mike from Pittsburgh Sports Nation. Come on down, everybody. Go to his Facebook page.
I like this guy's swag already.
Yes, that's being from Midland.
Welcome to our show.
Timmy Hill.
And Norman Van Leer. The
I
man.
interviewed him before he passed away.
Stormy Norman.
When he was living in Chicago.
His phone number is still in my phone. I would never,
I do.
ever
I got
let
it
go.
too. I got it.
Hold it. I don't have it.
You want it?
No, that's okay. After the show, I want to first know a little bit about you so you can explain to other people here. I found you a few years ago, you know, with all the blogs and things you do in the sports. You're just all over the place with great sports in Pittsburgh, and I appreciate you coming to our show.
I'm glad for the invite. You know, I always wanted to be in sports. Back in high school and stuff like that. I mean, I did pro sports coverage for a high school newspaper at Beaver High School, and I actually got to do an interview with Carnell Lake.
Did you?
I'd like to discuss about.
His uncle was elected.
Why don't we just interrupt that thought with Smoking Jim, and you could talk Carnell Lake with him because he's a Steeler coach now.
Well, that was I was going to get into a little point about the whole Keenan Lewis thing and
Right.
William Gay. You see, if you notice, the past couple of years since Lake has been the secondary coach, well, their level of play has gone up.
Oh, no question.
So with him back there, I don't care who's back there. Their level of play is going to exceed what their talent is, because I went to training camp, I watched him in camp with these guys, and he's instructed them from the first second
So
they
he's
walk on the
teaching
field.
him like Chuck Noll used to.
Every single second he's on that field, he's up in someone's face saying, look, I want you here, I want your shoulders here, I want your knees here, I want your eyes on the quarterback. And it's transcended into seeing that William Gay did pretty good a couple years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then he left this year. No, but he had 1 year under Carnell Lake, and he did pretty good.
In deference to Smoking Jim, he's not a big fan of Gay.
Well, he's not. If he's coming back, it's
The player.
He's come back. He's signed a 3-year deal. He's not going to be coming back to start. If they do get rid of Keenan Lewis, it's going to be Cortez Allen. Cortez Allen, I read Jim Wexler earlier say, in 3 starts, he caused 6 turnovers. Keenan in 15 games had 1.
Cortez Allen was he came from the Citadel, right?
Yeah. The kid has
and he
a
didn't
nose
really
for the ball.
play a lot of college ball. He was a real late comer to
He played
that.
his senior year of high school.
He has a nose for the ball. He knows how to get there. He knows how to defend.
Right.
So if they don't sign Keenan Lewis, I'm not going to lose a night's sleep that Cortez Allen is in there and William Gay's a backup.
Great point, Mike.
So I'll take that. I'll take that trade in a second, especially if you're going to save some money. If Keenan wants to break the bank, that's not going to happen. And that's just the Steeler way. Now, would you
Right.
like to see him sign and have that depth there?
Oh,
Because
yes. I know
people
I
do
would.
get hurt. Ike's getting older. He
Right.
got hurt last year. I mean, it's when you
You
get
saw
older.
what a difference that made when he went out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because there's some guys that didn't get a chance. We really needed them to perform. They didn't have a chance to really get their feet wet before they were thrown into the fire.
And it got ugly. But that's just the way it is. When you have an older team, quad here, you know, tricep here, and
Ankle
you're getting
injury,
older,
high
and
ankle sprain.
starts to snowball. I mean, Lamar Woodley's been hurt for the past couple of years.
We're not going to talk about
I mean,
Lamar right
it
now.
gets snowballs, and next thing you know, you're losing to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, hold it. I think 8-8. 8-8 makes a difference.
Before we go on too far with the Steelers, let me give you my Carnell Lake story. And I tell you what, there's no man that ever played in the National Football League I got more respect for than Carnell Lake. Carnell Lake went to UCLA as a running back, but UCLA happened to have Eric Ball and Gaston Green, so he went to outside linebacker where he was undersized. He was all-world, and he returned kickoffs. And I tell you what, when he came to Pittsburgh Steelers in 1989, I guaranteed that this guy would be a great player. They moved him to strong safety. Not only could he play all-pro at strong safety, but he stepped in at cornerback when Rod Woodson got hurt. But I tell you what, the guy is super intelligent because he almost went to law school, and nobody takes the game more seriously than Carnell Lake, and I agree with you. I think he got a future as a head coach in the National Football League.
As you stated, his family background is from Midland, Pennsylvania, where I'm
Correct.
from. And his uncle and my dad were best friends growing up, high school. And his uncle lived 2 doors down from me, up in 4th Street, which across the street happened to be the Van Leers.
Y'all had a little rainbow coalition.
We had something going up there, right?
You're dropping names pretty good here,
Well,
buddy.
check this out. As a little guy, I'm sick for like a week. Something was wrong with me. I had illness, and
Right.
Go to the doctors and reading a magazine, and I'm reading about Cornell Lake. And let's talk about UCLA, All-American and stuff like that. I was like, wow, this is Richard's nephew. Well, a couple of days later, I'm getting over my illness. I'm starting to feel a little better. And I think I was watching like Howard Stern on TV. Remember WWR, that old channels? And there's a knock on the door, and this guy walks in, young guy, sits on the seat next to me, and he's talking to me, and he's like, "What's your dreams? What you want to do in life?" And I said, I'd like to be in sports and stuff like that, or something,
Sure.
Be a football player maybe when I get older.
Right.
And we talked for a good 10, 15 minutes and stuff like that, and it didn't dawn on me. I'm like, wait a minute, it's Cornell.
Wow.
So there he is, he's sitting there talking to me, and I'm like, Cornell Lake's in my house. From UCLA. So we're talking back and forth. We're having a great time. I'm like,
How old were you then?
God, this is probably 88. So I'm like 12 years old, 13 years old. And the night he got drafted, I'm running up and down from 5th Street to 4th Street going, Cornell got drafted by the Steelers. And that night he was down at his Uncle Richard's house, and I'm sitting next to him, but he became a Steeler. And that was awesome. It was something that,
Thanks for sharing that story. That's great.
And that's why I have a love for him and his family, because
I tell you what, Cornell was a great example because he was a consummate professional. You never heard about him out acting the fool in the clubs and stuff like that. He was serious about his trade, and he was serious about the kind of image he projected in the community. And he's something that people in Midland got to be proud of him.
I asked him one time. I said, Cornell, why don't you go out and blasting people and standing over and taunting them and stuff like that? And he said, well, Mikey, I go to make plays. I'm not going to put myself in position to get hurt. I'm going to go out there and make a play, make sure the other guy doesn't get the ball. I'm going to do my job. Now, if I'm injured, I can't do my job. That's his point. And
what a great philosophy. That's something you can learn from.
Did you see some of the plays he made? Like, it was a long pass, and the guy was bounding towards the end zone. Cornell comes from behind, does that ball punch.
Right.
And he ends up getting the ball, too.
Right.
That's unbelievable.
Well,
Who does that?
the year he played quarterback for Rod Woodson, it also happened to be the year that the Steelers made it to the Super Bowl against the Cowboys.
One of the best
They lost
ever.
Rod Woodson in the first game of the year when Barry Sanders juked him out of his knee.
Yeah.
The only thing that was keeping him out of the Hall of Fame was lack of interceptions.
Yeah.
But I always say, hey, did the other guy catch the ball? No. Then he did his job.
Well, what happened to Dick LeBeau? He had all the interceptions for all those
It took him
years.
forever to get it,
He had to get in as a coach, right?
Oh, man.
So go figure.
There's some of these guys, I don't know what they're looking at when they look at Hall of Fame credentials.
Right.
I mean, stats are one thing, but it's also what do you bring to the table?
It's a popularity
We're
contest,
getting on
too.
like Jerome, but
Look
when
at
it came
Deion
down to
Sanders.
brass tacks, he performed.
How about my man Kevin Green? Got more sacks than
Was he
any
third?
linebacker, third of all time, and
He's
more
not it.
sacks than any linebacker of all time.
He's on a campaign.
Yeah, how
Tell
can
him your
you be
campaign.
third and not be
Reverse,
in the Hall of Fame?
reverse discrimination.
You talk
Smoking Jim's on his side. He's brought it up on our show many
You
times.
talk
I'm
about
so mad.
what's the criteria for getting in the Hall of Fame, and I'll criticize Deion Sanders, all day, every day. I mean, we're still waiting for him to make his first tackle, and he's in the Hall of Fame. And it's just because he got on SportsCenter every damn night.
Prime
If you're a
time.
quarterback or a running back in them days, and you see Greg Lloyd on one side and that guy on the other, like, can you imagine what's going through your mind thinking,
And
okay,
LaVon Kirkland in the middle?
yeah, you're thinking who's going to get me first?
Well, you don't want to fall down with LeVon there being 320 pounds.
That's got to
You
be
get
frightening
hurt.
thinking, man, I'm going to get hurt here soon. That's
Right.
an intimidating defense
Great
right there.
point.
Quiver and quake.
Who knew we'd get the Steeler talk here?
Chad Brown bringing the Snakes to the game.
Until the wife wanted sushi, for God's sake. If I'm in the comments-
Now,
See,
wait a second.
I forgot about that.
Now we got great sushi places everywhere.
And it's too late, it's too old. That's it. He's a has-been now, so.
That's true. Let's move forward then.
Alrighty.
Well, we're covering Steeler football. I was texting you during Penguins, and what's your thoughts there with these cardiac kids now with the Penguins?
Between the Penguins, the way they've been playing the past couple of weeks, in Pitt, the way they've been playing the
How's
past
your
couple
heart,
weeks,
my
everything
friend?
has to come down to the last like 10 seconds. Honestly, I'm gonna have to like invest in Jack Daniels because like it's only calm it down. I mean, the other night it's
Tracy, can we have a Jack Daniels for this gentleman? No.
The other night they scored.
Right, we're on the
They scored. They go take the lead, and then 30 seconds later, Montreal ties it. I'm like, are you kidding me? And
Well, they're behind, then they even up, then they go ahead. That's what made it worse.
Yeah,
The other thing is lack of grinders. What they need is some guys that cause havoc. I mean, he's earning $2 million a year as a grinder.
Yeah, you know what the Penguins need.
What's he doing with $2 million with one goal? If he's not going to score, hit somebody or take the puck off of somebody.
Well, he does shoot the puck everywhere.
Yeah,
well, really what they need is they need more physical
If the net was the size of like an
defensemen.
ocean, I think he'd score.
Great point.
Do you know that they need more physical defensemen is what they need. So many goals are being scored within 5 feet of the net, and I mean, you know, if you're not putting a guy down that's in front of the net, there, you know, you're going to lose. I mean, you know, the game they played against Montreal, you know, I mean, great, we scored 7 goals, but the fact that we gave up 6.
It's a mentality when you're playing. When that puck is in front of the net, there's all kind of chaos going on in there. And you're just going to get your nose dirty. You got to go in there and get that thing out of there. You can't just allow it to sit right in front of the net and let some guy come in wide open by himself. I don't care who's in net. You could have Grant Fuhr or whoever.
Hold it, who was in net
He's gonna
the
get
other
beat.
day?
If he's wide open and there's a goalie there, more often than not, he's going to score.
No,
Because
great point.
You think about the 08 and the 09 teams that went back-to-back cups. You know, they had Hal Gill, Rob Scuderi. That was their shutdown duo of defensemen. They don't have that right now. Brooks Orpik, he came out like a house of fire early in the year.
He's been quiet.
Not so much now, but they think they've got too many offensive-minded defensemen instead of guys that are playing.
They're looking to go up too much
Physical.
instead of protecting.
They need to start beating people up is what they need to do. And I don't mean
they go a
fight.
little too
Got to
far.
get physical.
I think at times he plays like favorites over people he wants to like that actually should be in there. Like Bortuzzo was playing way better than Derek England. Well, I like Derek England. He gets in there. He got in a fight tonight. But Bortuzzo
Whoa, tonight,
gets his
we didn't
nose
hear
dirty.
about that.
Oh yeah, I'll give him the decision. But like he plays defense better than England, so he
Right.
needs to be in there. But England's a favorite of the Boswell.
Well, hold it. You're talking about the longest tenured Penguin coach.
I know.
That's like blasphemy here, Mike.
It's amazing.
You're welcome back anytime we talk like that.
You know what?
And I like Bausma.
I like him too, but
Alan,
like
if he gets
Jamie-
bounced in the first round of the playoffs again this year, I don't see him coming back next.
I'm with you.
With that ownership group with Lemieux, his will to win, because I know he don't like to lose.
Right.
Not to mention now we're talking about he's getting paid extra now for each home game in the playoffs. That's
Yeah.
free money. It don't go to the players. It goes to them guys. So you go out in the first round, we're missing.
You know
second
what?
and
We
third
got to
round.
have Mike back with these insights here. Mike.
Oh, wait till I get on Pitt basketball next week. Hopefully, we'll be a force in the Big East tournament come
Okay.
back. Because if they're not, I'm going to be disappointed. Because I do not see Notre Dame beating St. John's and Louisville. Ain't happening. That happens. Maybe
Well,
it's a
the Big
couple
East
towards
is just like all of the NCAA basketball this year. It's just wide open.
all jumbled.
I mean, they've never seen a year where it's more wide open for somebody that you wouldn't expect to take it all. I mean,
Well, even look
I
at
would
the
almost say-
NCAA. Gonzaga, first time ever, #1 team. I was reading. Guess what? They have a new arena, and it holds 6,000 people in Spokane, Washington. 6,000. Here we talk about the Pete. And our team, you know how it's disappointing here. They have a great team, and you can only pack the house smoking gym with 6K. So that's interesting in
well, you know,
itself.
Spokane's not a very big town.
200,000 people there. I got the census on.
I was going to say, okay, they got a 6,000-seat arena. What is there, 8,000 in the city?
Well, there's actually about 8,000 that go to the school. So actually, that's not a bad arena there for
It's like
them.
what, the old Pete or the old Fitzgerald?
I've been to
What was it?
Fitzgerald.
What did that hold?
Yeah. I think a little more than that. About 8,000, 9,000.
I know it was a lot. I remember
One
going
more
somewhere.
thing, since we brought you on, I like to help promote other people that you don't need it because your sites and information are great. We're trying to get up there at 117 on our fan page. You got to sign up. I hope we're at 118. Devin, you got to give me a report. But anyhow, tell us a little bit about your Pittsburgh Sports Nation, because we can talk sports. You're going to get a guest appearance again. I guarantee it.
Sounds
Absolutely.
good.
Whenever we can, if we have room here. And
I just decided I was going to start my own little sports thing. And originally it was on MySpace, which was the thing at the time. And then when Facebook came out, it seemed like a more logical alternative to go there. So I went there, and that was 2009 or 2010, I believe. So Facebook, Pittsburgh Sports Nation being one word. Today there's about 6,100 people on one page.
Now listen to that, folks. We need a lot more likes.
And on the other one there is about 1,900. But I had to create the second page.
Tell them why.
Because I didn't have that stupid subscriber thing yet.
Right.
So they had a 5,000 person limit. So
Listen
I had
to
to
this.
switch it to a second page. So I had coverage. And then
He has a double Sports Nation because of Facebook's rules.
And on Twitter today, I think I'm up to about 3,000 people. So it's BGH Sports Nation, and I have a lot of people that are on there and follow me, and it's an honor to have them on it. So.
No doubt. No, it's great stuff, and I've been reading, since I joined Facebook, checking your site out, and I'm a newbie to Facebook, okay? Only in the last, I think, 7-8 months. But when I look for Pittsburgh sports, and that's why we're Pittsburgh Sports Line, and we're just amateurs here just trying to talk sports, but we love guys like you that are doing this out in the public. And
what makes me feel good is there's a lot of servicemen and women overseas that only have access to a couple things, one being Facebook. So a lot of people over there write me and say, hey, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know what's going on with the Penguins, Pirates, Steelers.
That's
That
awesome.
kind of makes me feel great knowing that, hey,
Absolutely.
I'm contributing in some way, making someone's day knowing that, hey, I know what the
especially
Penguins
under
do
the
tonight.
worst circumstances
there's someone Persian
possible.
golf on a carrier, and they're like, I'm gonna go check the score.
Or even in a foxhole, or even in
But
Afghanistan
they
or
know because
wherever.
of me. That makes me feel good that
Are they Steeler fans and Pirate fans and
there's one
Penguin
guy,
fans?
Dave Austin's a great guy, and he's like, man, without you, I'd do insane. Not knowing what's going on back home. Because I mean, if you're like a fan like we all are,
Right.
and you don't know what's going on, that would drive you insane.
Yeah.
I know it would me. I mean, if I don't know what's going on,
Well, all of us.
And if you're over there, you have no idea. There's nothing. You're on a ship. There's no communications. You don't know what's going on.
They don't
That's
broadcast
great.
what's going on with Lamar Woodley and Kabul.
We're gonna get to him in the
Kim Jong-un knows what's going on with Lamar Woodley and those hammies and being about, 50 pounds underweight.
Well, let me ask you one question, Mike, a little bit off the beaten path. What do you think of Lincoln Park?
Lincoln Park is where I live, where I used to live in Midland. They're
I thought that was a band.
well, that's with a K. See, this is a C.
Are you serious?
Yeah, see, Lincoln.
You're not making this up.
No, Lincoln, well,
I'm sarcastic. Go ahead.
I know. No,
You're doing all right.
They're a charter school. So,
Well, I know every year, most people don't know, I love going to live plays, and every year I go see Cats at Lincoln Park the last 4 or 5
There you
years.
go.
is that not a beautiful? I mean, that park is where I grew up. I mean, second half of my life. Yeah, that's where my parents live now. So that's a beautiful school. I'm glad what they did. They turned the town around because it was dead. I mean, Midland High School left in 1986. All the history that we had in basketball and best team ever in
Was that
basketball.
the Slappies out there?
The Slappies, the Lakes, the Austins, everything you could think of was down there. So all that history went
I
goodbye.
think Chris Rainey. I think
1986.
Chris Rainey is related to the Slappies.
I think everyone's related to Slappies, even me.
Even Mike's related. See that?
They're in Midland, that's in there somewhere, man. But they're a charter school, so they don't. I know people say they recruit, but the
Are
thing
they
is,
like Gateway? Because Smoking Jim's
Yeah,
already.
I
We
know
got the
Gateway
inside story
recruited
on Gateway.
We recruit.
Okay. See?
Why you think I go to Lincoln Park? I wanted that 6'9" guy, Minnie. I tried to get him
Elijah.
for 2 years.
See,
Minnie.
you got all these cats that want to play. They go, hey, you know what? I have an opportunity to go to a school, learn some stuff that I want to learn,
Right.
and they put in for the school. And then the way the rules are written, the charter schools get the pick of the litter, so they can say, hey, I want him, and him. And the other guys don't get a chance to come
It's
in.
like a
so.
pickup team.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe they send someone in there to influence, hey, you want to come to Lincoln Park, you know.
Well, I heard about jobs and housing and everything else in other places. So I don't know what you're going to offer in Lincoln Park except for the band.
Well, there's a couple good bars down there in Midland, you know.
Well, hold it.
great.
The best part is right here, and this is the KO district that I'm an alumni of, and that's my alma mater. Come downtown Dormont
Well, you
at
guys
Sib
were-
Sports Bar.
You guys were bad luck last week for us. I went to watch them play Clareton at your high school. They ended up choking against Clareton. I'm like,
We're going to win the
kidding me?
States.
And
We're
guess-
going to go to the States.
Hey, and guess what?
Oh, you're not going to be. They're refocused now.
Yeah.
Believe me. But the problem with them, and I hate to get on them a little bit, because I had known the guy.
We don't mind controversy here.
It's
Go
Coach
ahead.
Chavins, their coach. It's too much free willing, too much running, gunning, running around the perimeter, jacking up three-pointers. When you got guys who are 6'8" and 6'9", I'm coming inside on you the entire game, and you're not going to beat me because you ain't as tall as I am. And I'm just going to wear you down.
Right.
What they do? Let's shoot from the outside the entire game. What happens? You end up losing to Claire. Who's good? They got great, quick players. Boyd's a great player, but they had no business beating Lincoln Park. Not with that roster. I mean, they beat Beaver Falls by 13 points. That's a double-A champion, and they killed Burrow early this season.
Yeah, I was at the game.
That's amazing. He's followed them.
So now they have to go all the way up to Farrell to play Kennedy Catholic at their own house. So if that don't wake you up, nothing will. They beat that team earlier this season, so like he said, I expect them to go back to the States and possibly win it this time. 'Cause if that wasn't a slap back to reality last week, nothing is.
And we're going to end it on that end with you, but I want you to talk about your blog. Just give a promotion to your blog, because you blog also, and you tweet. How do they get a hold of you?
Just go to Facebook, check out Pittsburgh Sports Nation. Just look for the guys with 6,000 people on there, and if you like Twitter, you like mad rants every now and then, at Pittsburgh Sports Nation, and you'll have me. I follow back. I like talking to people. That's where I found this gentleman.
Exactly, and they know me as Al Levine, the talking machine. This guy's welcome back anytime. He can come back to our show, and if we ever have a miss out on our live show Tuesday night, I'll call you maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours ahead of time, because sometimes we get a late miss out. You're welcome to be on our live show on Tuesday nights. So we'll hold you there. Now I want to close with some closing remarks with Chip Hayner and Smoking Jim Frazier, because with all these great people, we didn't get to do a lot of our sports talk, and that'll be tomorrow night on Verizon 32 or Comcast 7 in Bethel. Closing remarks, buddy.
Lots of pirate talk tomorrow night.
Okay.
But I think I like my new candidate for Secretary of State for the United States. I think we ought to fire John Kerry. I know, seriously. But Dennis Rodman.
Okay, that's still what's on his mind. Next, Smoking Jim Frazier. What do you want to close with here?
Hey, for all the guys in the house, if you want to get the last word, apologize.
I don't even know what to say after that. I thought we were talking sports, but I want to thank Bethel Park Cable for letting us come out to the Dormont neighborhood. I want to thank Sip Sports Bar for having great sports talk like this. People are eating and drinking here. India's on her second course. I don't know. And poor Zach's trying to eat wings. He can't even get in there. And he's a boxer and everything else. He's security for fighting. He does well there, not at the food table with women. And I know we're running out of time, but I have to thank the great people here with the cameras. We have Frank traveled all the way from Bethel Park to run our camera so he can have the camera on me. So thanks, Frank. And thanks for teaching me how to hold up some of these things, like, don't forget Friday night, Steeler football team against the Bethel Park Police Pals. They'll be playing football. We'll be interviewing. Come on down. Mike, you're invited too. It's only $7 to see us. Don't worry about that. We'll get together.
Yeah,
we'll try to do that. And Aaron, thanks again for all that you do. Devin, you're running a tight ship here. I don't know how much time we have left, but I know he's giving me the signal here that this is it. Thanks for all our great guests. It was a pleasure having you. Thanks to you guys for watching the show. We appreciate the feedback.